Hi, I'm Heidi Simley, and I'm one of the pastors at the Freedom Center of Kalamazoo. And today I just want to take a minute for us to talk about our testimony. If you want to look at scripture, let's look at John chapter 4, where Jesus meets the woman at the well. And so this is a pretty popular story. We've probably heard this story before, but Jesus meets this woman at the well, and he tells her about her life. He knows her, gives her a word of knowledge, and it transforms her. She had an encounter with Jesus, and she goes back to her city, and it says down here in John 4:39, many of the Samaritans from the town believed in him, that's Jesus, believed in him because of the woman's testimony. Now, I have heard many testimonies in my life. I've been in the church since I was 2 weeks old. And I've heard them, and I've given them. But I didn't understand what a testimony was. So what's beautiful is a testimony is our experience. It's our encounter with Jesus. And many of us don't understand that. And we focus on the garbage. We focus on everything that led up to the encounter. Because in our lives, when we enter into a relationship with Christ, it happens one of two ways. It's either a conscious decision. So for some of us, we consciously decided. Maybe we grew up knowing about the Lord, and we made a conscious decision that this is the relationship I want. I want a relationship with him. Many of us, and sometimes it's both, but many of us, there was a collision. So it's either a decision or a collision. And something catastrophic happened. Something shifts us so dramatically that we say, I need Jesus. Something's got to change in my life. So, and sometimes it's both. All right. Sometimes we've experienced both of those. I made a conscious decision, but I experienced many collisions that would remind me of that need for a relationship with him. But it's the experience. Sadly, most of the testimonies that I hear are the everything that led up to the decision, and telling details about the collision. And then we end it. We end it with, and then I met Jesus. And now I'm here. Well, what is here? What's your experience? The woman at the well told her testimony, her experience with Jesus, and people wanted to know him. They knew what kind of woman she was. She did not go back to that town and say, guys, I've slept around. I'm not married. They knew that. But she shared her experience. That's the difference. And so many of us, we've maybe never thought about, what's my experience with Jesus? What is my testimony? I could tell you all the garbage from my past. I could tell you the way people have hurt me, but that's not my testimony. Jesus is my testimony. It's our experience with him, not our experience with addiction, not our experience with hurt from people, but our experience with him. Now, those things many times lead us to that experience, but our testimony is the experience with him. And some of us might be sitting here thinking, what is my experience? Have I had an experience? That's okay. There's no condemnation there. But the reality is that this brings us back to the very beginning, to the garden, where God says, you have choices. You can choose knowledge, which is religion, or you can choose life, which is an experience. And so maybe today you realize, I have a lot of knowledge about God. I have a lot of knowledge about grace. I have a lot of knowledge about all the goodness. But what's my experience? Maybe it's something new for you. Start today. And so say, Lord, bring me into an awareness of your presence. I want to experience you today. My past is my past, but you are my present. You are my future. And so have him show you a new aspect of your relationship with him. Make that your testimony. People want to hear what you're experiencing with God. That's what changes hearts. Be blessed today.